If your company cut a layer of management this year, and 41% of them did, I need you to hear this before you promote your next manager into a job that no longer exists. 2 things dropped this week that every executive and every person leading people needs to know about. One is about who's disappearing from your org chart. The other is about why your best people are checking out even after all of the advancements and all the AI tools and all the return to office mandates. And let's not forget all the culture resets. Let's break down both and I'll tell you exactly what to do about it. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's the data point. Korn Ferry found that 41% of companies trimmed management layers in the last year. AI agents are doing most of what the middle managers used to do. Status reports, scheduling, first pass performance tracking, and basic decision routing. Now that sounds like an efficiency report on paper, but in practice, it's an identity crisis for thousands of leaders who built their whole career around climbing to that next management title. Now, here's what I'm telling you, and here's what I'm telling my clients. If your path to leadership was get promoted to manage more people, that path is now narrowing. The path that's opening up is get promoted because you can lead, you can judge, you can create without just being another person in the headcount. Companies need to know that the more people that are managing the task, you can also manage the AI behind it. They need to know who can people manage? Can they manage people and have ambiguity? Can they make the call when there's no playbook? And how can they hold the audience and the attention in the room when things get uncomfortable? Now, here's 3 things that you can do right now. If you're a manager, start documenting the judgment calls you have to make, not just a task that you overlook and supervise. That's what makes you irreplaceable. Number 2, if you're hiring or looking to do a restructure, don't just cut layers. Define and refine what leadership means at your level, the level above you, and also the level that you're trying to hire at. And number 3, if you're an executive, this is the moment to audit whether your leadership bench actually has decision makers or if it's just been promoting your best individual contributors. Now, I know that was a lot to take in, but I want to break it down for the people who don't speak corporate restructuring. Basically, the company is getting flattered, and the people who are left standing have to be the sharpest, the most intelligent, and the ones that are ready to move the needle, not just standing behind the scenes saying something or not just relying on a report to give them the answers. The titles are shrinking. Judgment is now the new title. Now, here's the second piece, and it's the one that I feel stung a little bit. Gallup CEO came out this week and said disengagement in the workplace is sitting at levels that we haven't seen since 2020. You remember 2020? That was the pandemic. Right now, not during a crisis, but during what's supposed to be a stable economy. Now, let's just take a step back here, because while he's saying that this is a stable economy, we still have people that are having a hard time paying for rent, having a hard time paying for mortgage, having a hard time paying their bills. And let's not forget the 319,000 Black women that were forced out of corporate, and most of them still haven't been able to regain their space in corporate America. So let's ask the real question here. If the tools got smarter, the workplace got more flexible on paper, and everyone's talking about employee experience, why are people checking out like they did in the pandemic at level rates that haven't been seen since the pandemic? Because here's the gap. The gap between the company leaders and what they think, how they're running the business, and how one of the employees are supposed to show up and provide the experience every single day. Harvard Business Review flags the same gap last week. Leadership sees a mission statement. Employees, they see a Tuesday that doesn't match everything that they were taught when they walked through the door. Now, this is where the brand and the leadership collide, and it's exactly where I work with organizations. You cannot post about your values on LinkedIn and then run meetings where nobody feels safe telling you or anyone on your team the truth. You cannot claim that you're a people first company and then measure managers purely on output. Disengagement isn't a mystery, it's a math. People give what they get back. Now let me break it down one more time. Your team checks out. Stop blaming the economy or kids these days. Look at the gap between what you said, what you value, and what you do on a Tuesday morning that actually helps them to feel like they're a part of your team. Let's close the gap and engagement will 100% follow. One more small story worth your attention. If you're in service or hospitality, United Airlines just announced an extra legroom economy experience. Now, what this is not a full luxury overhaul, but it's one small specific upgrade to the guest experience priced to be accessible. Now that's the move right now. You don't need to reinvent your entire guest experience to stand out. You need one specific, well-executed elevation that people notice and talk about. That's the reputation reset. Thinking in real time. Small, sharp, intentional upgrades that beat big, vague, transformational initiatives every time. So here's where this leaves us today. Your org chart is flattening. Your people are disengaging at levels we saw during the pandemic global crisis. And the companies pulling out are the ones that are closing the gap between what they said and what people actually feel in the boardroom and at the airline gate. So if you're sitting there thinking this is my company or this seems and sounds a lot like my team, that's exactly the conversation I have with leaders every week. Not a theory, not a keynote from a stage, an actual look at where your leadership bench, your culture, and your brand reputation stand right now. And what to do about it before it costs you your best people, because we all know good people are extremely hard to find. I'm offering a free strategy call this week for exactly this. The link is in my bio or below, depending on where you're watching this video. Book it, bring me the real situation, or let me come in and have an assessment. I also offer audits. Let's map out what's closing the gap and what it looks like for you. I am Angelia Malbrew, and I'm here to guide you, equip you, and show you how to lead like a brand. And I'll see you guys next time.